Hi everyone, Pras Murthy here, CFO and co-founder at Dr. Multimedia. As you hopefully know, last week we rolled out our telemedicine package to help practices adapt to the changing times and being able to deal with being closed and shut down. And this weekend, we got our minds together and we came up with another great feature and product for you to offer your patients and clients. Before I tell you about it, I want to share with you 3 quick stories that happened to me on Sunday and Monday that led to the brainstorming of this option for your website. So the first story is I had to go to the bank, unfortunately, because my mobile deposit wasn't working for a check and I had to go in person, which I did not want to do. I walked in there, it was empty of course, and I got up to the teller window and he asked me to insert my card into the reader, which I guess is fine. And then he asked me to touch the screen to approve the option. And I asked him, can you do it? He was wearing gloves. I didn't want to touch the screen. I didn't even want to be at the bank, but he said no. So I had to touch it. And then he made me enter my PIN and he wouldn't even listen to my PIN and enter it for me. And the whole thing was really uncomfortable and I didn't want to be there and I left as quickly as I could. Then I went to a pharmacy to pick up some medication. And when I got to the cash register, she asked me to approve the amount on the touchpad. And I said, I'd rather not. And she said, well, you're going to have to. All I can do is just give you some hand sanitizer after. So I pulled my sleeve over my fingers and I went to touch it and she said, no, that's not going to work. It's touchscreen. So begrudgingly, in a pharmacy where sick people are coming in and out all day, I had to tap the screen numerous times to approve the purchase. I had to touch the keypad. And then finally, she gave me some hand sanitizer on my way out, and I had used whatever wipes I could find. Then lastly, I went to the veterinarian yesterday. As many vets out there are offering curbside check-in to promote social distancing, keep their staff safe, limit exposure and contact. So I pulled up, they took my dog, took him inside, everything was great. They did the exam results over the phone, so I should be fine is what I was thinking. And then the technician had to come out to my window within 6 feet, get my credit card, take it inside the practice, run it, come back out with a piece of paper that I had to sign and a pen that I had to use. In my opinion, defeating the entire purpose of the curbside check-in to begin with. You know, my attitude is, if we're going to do that, let's just go all the way and solve this problem. But in all 3 scenarios, the issue, the core issue, was that the business didn't have a way to take my payment other than me putting a card in a machine or swiping a card and approving it or taking my card to where they physically have the terminal to run it and bring it back. And that's why we came up with SafePay. So Dr. Multimedia over here, we got together with the options that PayPal has to offer, formulated a way to take payments through your website, whether they have a PayPal account or not, it doesn't matter. It takes debit and credit cards, allowing your clients and your patients to enter their credit card information directly onto the PayPal website, which they access through your website and the widgets and the buttons that we provide, enter in the amount they want to pay, submit the payment, you can verify that it's been received, and then they're on their way. So how would that have redefined my 3 experiences? Well, at the bank, theoretically, whatever I needed, I would have just touched my phone to submit approval, and they would have been able to carry on what they needed to do. I was just depositing a check after all. I didn't even want any cash. At the pharmacy, they would have said, hey, just log on to our website. Your total is this amount of dollars. Enter it in, fill out your card info. You can be on your way without touching anything. And lastly, at curbside check-in at the veterinarian, they could have just they already called me to go over the exam results. So now they could share with me the total for the day. From my car, I can go on their website, enter in my card number. They can verify that payment's been received. They can bring the dog food out, leave it at outside the front door. When they're gone, I'll go pick it up. I can maintain safe social distancing and the 6-foot rule and not have to touch anything that somebody else had touched, especially who's touching other things all day long. So the beauty of the concept is that it's so simple. Obviously, online payments are nothing new. We did not invent that. However, our clients, very, very few of them, take online payments. And in the normal world, that made a lot of sense. It's a slightly higher transaction rate. People might not know what amount to pay. People don't mind swiping their credit card or touching the keypad. These aren't things we even thought about 2 weeks ago. And now there are things that I literally don't want to do if I don't have to. So with Dr. Multimedia SafePay, we install PayPal buttons and credit card buttons directly on the website. In one touch, the client or patient comes to your business PayPal page, at which point they can enter the quantity and the amount that they want to pay, along with the description of what the payment is for. They can submit payment, and you get instant verification that the charge was approved. So no more declined cards or issues taking the credit card over the phone and then running it and then have to call people back. None of that. You get approval on the payment right away with PayPal's guarantees alongside that, and then you can deliver them whatever service or product they need in a completely safe way that doesn't involve human interaction. So to us, this comes down to two things. The biggest part is your staff safety. I know that's what everyone is concerned about at a time like this. I hope you, your staffs, their families are staying healthy, staying safe, and even though you're on the front lines exposing yourself, unlike us who are stuck at home, in quarantine here in California, you are interacting with people, and there's not a lot of ways to get around that. So the one thing you can do to assist your staff and keep them safer is to not force them to come within a few feet of a client or patient simply to collect payment. They can keep a safe distance. You can receive your payment. The client or patient doesn't have to touch anything. They can do it from their phone. They can do it virtually. They can do it before they come in. There's so many uses for this, and I'll go over just a few of them with you. But the second bigger issue is that, let's admit it, times are tough right now. Everybody's worried about the economy. Everyone's worried about their income. People don't know when they're going to go back to work. They don't know how much they can spend. As one doctor told me today, dogs don't need vaccines if you can't pay your electricity bill. And that really hit home because it made a lot of sense with what is on people's minds right now. In these tough times, businesses can thrive, and you're lucky enough to be in an essential business where you can keep your doors open when a lot of other businesses have to close. But as an essential business, you want to do everything you can to keep your staff safe, of course. And the businesses that thrive in tough times are the ones that innovate, focus on customer satisfaction, and customer service. Because when times are tough, people do remember what you did and how you acted, and that sticks with them, even as things get better. So if you're looking to innovate, that means it's a perfect time to step into a world that 19 million other businesses are already in, which is accepting online payments with PayPal backing you. It's a time to focus on customer satisfaction because you can speed up the process, you can clean up your collections, you can make sure that your payments are coming through, and you can verify the payments quickly. And lastly, customer service. You can show that you are thinking of your clients and your patients and what they want or don't want, and easing and improving the experience that they already have to have in an uncomfortable time and making things better. So you're essentially going to no-touch payments. Nobody has to hand a card. Nobody has to touch a keypad, staff or client. Nobody has to sign anything. And it's safe, it's secure, it's a trusted name in PayPal. And remember, you don't need a PayPal account if you're the client or the patient. You can pay with your credit or debit card. So what we're doing is taking your website and making it an option for your payment processing. Now, before you ask, online payments are relatively standard, whether you go through Stripe or PayPal. The fees are 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction, flat fee. No setup costs, no hidden fees or charges. It comes out even. And because I know we get this question all the time, that's a little bit higher than my current merchant service. Well, there's a couple reasons. One, online transactions are riskier, so you are going to see a higher amount. Even if you go to your current processor and tell them that you're trying to do touchless payments where the card's not present, you will likely see a higher transaction. But second, the fact that there are no monthly fees, statement fees, credit card processing fees. Anyone that's looked at one of those credit card processing statements knows there are a lot of fees. When you factor that in, you usually end up with a higher percentage that you think, and we cut all of those out. But all of that's beside the point, because what we're trying to do is provide businesses that are closed a way that people can pay, and for businesses that are open, we're trying to give you a more effective and a safer method of taking payments. And at a time like this, those are risks that are well worth a small cost to get this added to your website, maintained, and integrated. So if you're already running curbside check-in, this will complete the process and allow you to maintain your social distance and your 6-foot barrier at all times and not unnecessarily risk putting your staff in exposure with your clients and patients. If you're closed, the number of optometrists calling us right now needing this feature because they need to take payments for contact lens orders, or they're trying to collect on a past bill and they can't go to the office, or they don't want to go to the office, or the client certainly isn't going to come in just to make a payment in this day and age, especially for those of us that are in states that are locked down already. So with Dr. Multimedia SafePay, you're able to take payments through your website, reduce any touch required to process credit cards, and you have a safe and secure method to collect payments from people that could be anywhere, whether they're in the car outside, whether they're at their home, or whether someone else is covering the bill for them because someone's experiencing hard times. That's innovation, customer satisfaction, and customer service rolled in one. So if you want to learn more, if you want to sign up, if you want to get these payment options going on your website, just click the button below for more information. You can schedule a call with us to learn more. But in the world of payment processing, if you're not taking payments online, you are missing out on opportunities to serve your staff and your clientele. And I'm sure your payment processor, your merchant services has some kind of option. But if it's clunky, if it's not one touch, if it's not easily recognizable, people are hesitant to do it. PayPal has done the hard work to be a recognized name. They've designed the slick interface to process payments quickly and easily. We'll set up your business account, we'll handle the support, we'll make sure it's working, and we'll troubleshoot any issues that you're having. Obviously, that's why you're our client to begin with, because that's the value that we provide. So click the button below or contact your sales representative or your account manager and let them know that Dr. Multimedia SafePay is something that you're interested in and you do want to be able to take payments through your website, and we'll go ahead and get you set up. Thanks to everyone for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.